Today in this video, we'll be talking about fitting of a binomial distribution. In our last video, we talked about constants of a binomial distribution, also about the basic concept of Bernoulli and binomial distribution. So today we'll see that how, if a random data is provided to us, how can we fit a binomial distribution for the data. Okay, so first of all, let's suppose there's a random experiment that consists of n trials. Okay, let's suppose a random experiment consists of n trials and this experiment satisfies all the conditions of the binomial distribution, right? So let's just write it down. Satisfies all conditions of binomial distribution, right? And let's suppose then this random experiment is repeated n number of times. So what I am saying is I have a random experiment that has n trials and I am repeating that particular one random experiment consisting of n trials n times. I am repeating that experiment n times, right? So now if I want to find the frequency of x successes, so this is given by a random function with the formula known as n, that is the n times, number of times the experiment is repeated, into probability that x is equal to x. And why I am doing it? Because I know each and every experiment is independent. So I am simply multiplying it by n. So this is equal to simply n into probability of x, or rather probability of x, that is x is equal to x. I can represent it like this also. This is now similar to n into, what is the probability that number of successes is x? It is simply n cx p to the power x q to the power n minus x, such that x is equal to 0, 1 till n number of successes in each trial, right? So now where n is the parameter, p is also another parameter, that is the probability of success, and q is the probability of failure, that is 1 minus p, right? Now if I want to get the expected or the theoretical frequencies of the binomial experiment, okay, so this, let's write down expected frequencies of the binomial experiment. So that is simply, first of all, substituting the value of x is equal to 0. That is n into qn. Now when I'll put x is equal to 1, I'll put 1 over here. So this becomes nc1 p to the power 1 and q to the power n minus 1. Right? And then it will be nc2 p to the power 2 q to the power n minus 2, and this will go on simply till our x is equal to n. So I'll put in the value of x is equal to n, that is n into ncn p to the power n, or this can also be written as n into p to the power n. So these are my expected frequencies. So using these I can simply compute what my expected frequencies are. But sometimes a situation arises that we are not given what is the value of n and what is the value of p. That is, we are not given the values of the parameters of the distribution, right? Then how can we find it? We can simply find that, now we know that what is mean? Mean is equal to summation fx summation upon summation f, that is total n, right? We know this is the mean. Also we know that for a binomial distribution, our mean is n into p, right? Our mean is np. So by simply equating this, we can easily compute that mean is equal to np. So our p is equal to mean divided by n, right? Now I have mean divided by n. Now from this I can also find my q, that is 1 minus p. Now since I have got the values of p and q, I can easily substitute the values and I can compute these expected frequencies, right? So if I'm not given the value of p, then I can simply equate it with the mean and find the values of p and q. right? So now what we have done is we have simply seen there's a trial, how to find the expected frequencies from it. These are the expected frequencies. But let's suppose we are given the actual frequencies also. From there we need to find the expected frequencies, but we don't have the parameters P and Q. So using this formula, we can find the value of values of P and Q, and then we can find our respective expected frequencies, right? You'll understand it better with the help of an example. So let's see, we have a data that states fit a binomial distribution of the following data. So we are given the values of x is equal to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and f is equal to 28, 30, 62, 46, 10, 4 respective. Right? So now we are given that, okay. So but now you know that we have given the data, but we are not given the parameters like P and Q. But looking at the data, we are given that x can take value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So by looking at these, since the x can take the maximum value of 4, so what can we say? That our n is equal to 4, right? That is the total number of trials is 4. Only because our total number of trials are 4, therefore we can get 4 successes, right? So, and what is a capital N? Capital N means what is the total number of trials, so of the experiment. So we need to sum this. So this is equal to summation f, and summation f, when we'll sum this up, we'll get this as 150. So we have our summation f as 150. Now we have this, right? So next, what is the step to find the parameters? We need to see the mean. What is the mean? Mean is simply summation of fx upon summation f, right? So what will be fx? Fx will be 28 into 0 plus 62 into 1, and let's put down bracket, plus 46 into 2. See, this is the value of x, this is the value of my f, and this is x. Fx, right? 46 into 2 plus 10 into 3 plus 4 into 4. And this will divide by summation f that we have already computed as 150. So I'll substitute the value 150, right? So simply this is 0 plus 62 plus 92 plus 30 plus 16 upon 150. This is simply 200 upon 150, which is 4 by 3. So from here what we have got is that 4 by 3 is the mean. Now now to find the parameter P, what do we know? We know that n into P is equal to mean. From here we know this. From this formula we know this, right? So this is this. So this implies n is 4 into P is equal to 4 by 3. So this simply implies P is equal to 1 by 3. Now we know our P is equal to 1 by 3. So this implies Q is equal to 1 minus 1 by 3, that is equal to 2 by 3. Right? So this gives us the parameters value of P and Q. Right? So from this, what can we say? We can simply say that the formulation of the binomial distribution or the expected binomial frequencies are given by f of x is equal to n into probability of x is equal to x, right? So now this is equal to, what is n? N is 150. We have computed this over here, n. Then we need is probability of x is equal to x. So this is into NCX. NCX means 4CX. Then is probability P of success. So that P we can also write this as 1 by 3 from here. 1 by 3 to the power x into, what is Q? Q is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 to the power n minus x, right? So this becomes simply 150, let's write down more clearly, 4cx 1 by 3 to the power x into 2 by 3 to the power n minus x. Yeah, it's quite clear now. So we have this. Now let's put this over where x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So now let's simply put it over here in the values. So when x is equal to 1, so what is px is equal to, when x is equal to 0, what is probability of x is equal to 0? That is simply 4c0 into 1 by 3 to the power 0 into 2 by 3 to the power 4, right? This is simply equal to 16 by 81, right? And this is equal to 0.1975. So this is my probability of x is equal to x. Now, I need to multiply this by 150 because this is this. So when I multiply it by 150, or let's just write down like this, 0.1975 into 150. Why? Because this is f of x is equal to n into p of x. Right? So this value will get us 29.63 or approximately 30. Right? I have already done these calculations, so I am simply writing out the values, but you need to calculate them. This becomes 4c1, 1 by 3 to the power 1 and 2 by 3 to the power. This is n minus x, means let's put down the value of n over here as 4. So this is 4 minus 1 as 3. So now this will give us 4 into 8 upon 81. This is equal to 0.3950. So when I multiply it by 150, this will be 59.25, which is approximately equal to 59. Next is when our x is equal to 2. So this becomes 4c2. 1 by 3 to the power 2, 2 by 3 to the power 2. And this is equal to 6 into 4 by 81, which is equal to 0.2962. Multiplying this figure by 150 will give us 44.43, which is approximately equal to 44. Next is, this is 4c3, 1 by 3 to the power 3, 2 by 3 to the power 1, because 4 minus 3 is 1. This will give us 4 into 2 upon 81. See, basically this is 3 square into 3 square, 9.81 we are getting, and I am simply doing this, that 1 into, this is 1 cube into 2, so this is 1 into 2 and this 4c3 is 4. So by this I am getting as 0.0987, which is equal to 14.80 when multiplied by 150, which is approximately equal to 15. Last, 4c4, we know this is already equal to 1. 1 by 3 to the power 4 into 2 by 3 to the power 0. This we clearly know is 1 by 81, which is equal to 0.0123. Right? So now this is, when multiplied by 150, we'll get this as 1.84, which is approximately equal to 2. Right? So this is how we have calculated all our expected binomial frequencies. Now I am simply charting out a table with this column and these final values. So this becomes x 0, f is 30, then 59 for 1, 244, 315 for 2. So this is basically our fitted binomial distribution. So this is how we simply fit in any binomial distribution, right? I hope you like this video. Do subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.